What's up, YouTube? Something coming to you with another comic book haul. So I made it to a Walmart in a town that I was in. I had heard through the grapevine, as it were, that there were some new Marvel comic packs, and so I had to go check it out for myself. The interesting thing about this Walmart was that it didn't look like it had been rummaged through, and so these comics, which are often bended and dented up, were looking pretty sweet. So I'm going to show that. But before I do, let me go ahead and say the obligatory: hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you haven't already, hit that bell notification. That is, if you like to see random videos like this drop, and you'll have the choice as to whether or not to view them. I do appreciate anybody that watches this on the rewind or live. You're important. There you go. Okay. So, but the other stuff helps the YouTube algorithm. And so the first one, this is an older comic pack because I've gotten this book before. The thing about the Walmart packs as opposed to the DC packs, which if you watched my last video on the Walmart packs, you know this. Or if you are going after the Walmart packs yourself, what's going on, David? How are you? In either case, you know that the Marvel comics seem to have more hype behind them than the DC packs do. And then they come with one less comic than the DC packs do. So you're still only paying about $3 and some change for the Marvel comics. So they are still a little bit cheaper than what they are off of the shelf at the comic shop, but not quite as cheap as what the DC ones are. And because Marvel also randomizes these packs, DC does not. You know, if you see one cover on DC, that is the DC that you get all the time. So that's another good thing about the DC packs, that you know what you're getting. So we've got right here Symbiote Spider-Man Alien Reality. So a little hype around this book. I don't know what it's currently selling for, but it's a really good copy. That little deal down there could probably press out. This is a 9.6 or 9.8 copy, so glad to pick that one up. What's going on, William Smallwood? Superior Hero Reviews. Not reviewing any hot chicken wings today, but I'm reviewing some comic books. How about that? This is the lenticular Captain America 695 that lenticulates. That wasn't a word, it is now, to the Iron Man issue 126, which also looks like the What Tales to Astonish when Iron Man got his first costume. Then we've got Daredevil #3. This is the second printing in that Zdarsky run. A lot of people were saying, hey, you need to pick up this, you need to pick up that. So I got the graphic novel for the first 4 or 5 issues of that run. It was okay. Don't know if I'm going to go pick up the next one yet or not, but we'll see. I was also told that Zdarsky kind of does a burn type deal. So I can kind of see that from the first graphic novel. Let's see. I'm trying to open them up from this side. These Walmart packs are kind of tricky in opening up, lest you damaged prized goods. So it kind of looks like if I cut it from the back there, I might be better off. I won't go all the way through. So this is the one that I was really looking for in the new packs. No, this ain't it. Is this it? Venom 11? No, it was Venom 25 I was looking for. I think. This looks just like the other cover. I have to look at the other ones that I got. Anyway, so yeah, this is Venom 11. This is the first print. Okay. First printed. Some of you Venom fans can tell me what went down in Venom 11 better than I can. Haven't been keeping up with the Venom storyline. What's going on, K. Titus? Then we've got Amazing Spider-Man 789. Lenticular cover. He just lenticulates like he's coming at you there. So I like those lenticular covers, especially when they actually work. They work better on camera than they do otherwise. Civil War II, the second printing. All right. Well, I know that's a good one. Let's see. There it is. I knew I had a Venom 25, and I thought I picked up multiple ones. I picked up multiple ones of the 11. What was I thinking? Maybe the 11's good too, but the 25 was the one that I saw everybody all hyped up about because Venom 25, something happens in Venom 25, and then this is also the Walmart variant. And I don't know if this is a second print because I don't see a UPC code on it. And so that is the one I was aiming for. I was in a different town today, town I usually don't go to, doing a bike ride. And so had some time afterwards and hit up the Walmart there. And like I said, this town, nobody must look at the comics because usually the Walmart packs, if you go to one that's been picked over, it looks like the newsstands of old where the people bend the stuff down. Aggravates the snot out of me as much today as it did back in the day. Samuel David, hello, how are you? Right. So we got Venom 25. Variant edition. Sweet. So everybody's been all hyped up. This is might want to press it a little bit, but this is a 9/8 candidate all day long. Well, unless they're in a bad mood. We got Powers of X #1. I guess that's some of the exciting thing about the Marvel packs as opposed to the DC packs because you don't know what you're going to get. Kind of like Mama said, a box of chocolates was. But I do kind of like to know that I'm not buying a whole bunch of the same comic. There are more options in the Marvel ones. Powers of X #1. Fourth printing. Not something I would have bought given the option, but something I'll keep since I've already got it. Let's see. Then we've got Monsters Unleashed lenticular cover that goes back to Fantastic Four #1. Not a big FF guy, so probably we will sell that one. Only found one this far that I'm planning on keeping, and that's the Powers of X one. The fun thing about these Walmart packs too is the thrill of the hunt that you used to get. And there's more Walmarts around than there are comic book shops, and so it's kind of like the same thing with Pops. Since there's a lot more places you can get Pops at, you can get that thrill of the hunt a lot easier versus, nowadays with comic shops, there's just fewer and farther between. All right, so this is one of the newer ones. Got Amazing Spider-Man 45. Got the Sin Eater in the background. Variant edition. It is a first print. Bagley's back on the arts, it looks like. I dropped ASM probably back in 40 just because the story didn't seem to be going anywhere. Guardians of the Galaxy 7. This is the second printing. Rocket Raccoon looks like death warmed over there. He's seen better days. Lenticular cover. So we got the origin of Captain America. That's lenticulates from 109 to Miss Marvel 25. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Miss Marvel myself. I don't have nothing against her. She was one of those characters that Marvel was trying to make everybody younger, switch the sexes, switch the races and all that kind of stuff, just in the name of diversity, not because the character really needed any updating. But her, Miles Morales, those are two that actually, have stayed with it. People they've gotten their own little following, if you will, that people like those characters. Whereas, like, if you go to like Amadeus Cho, he was okay being what he was, but being the Hulk, not so much. All right, Hidden Gem Comics, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate the 6 people that are watching here. So we got Fantastic Four 21. Legacy number 666. Ooh, don't want to keep this one. But all right. Uncanny X-Men, darken the cover on this cover. Matt Rosenberg, when he wrote it, it's like, hey, go do whatever you're going to do with them because we're fixing to change everything to the X-Men. That was the run right before they did the Powers of X. So this would be really cool if I didn't already have it. So this is Daredevil, whatever Daredevil number is, 500 something, 595. And then it lenticulates back to the X-Men, 135. So pretty cool there. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Yeah, Miles Morales, like I said, I mean, I'm okay with new characters, new faces, kind of like what DC did with the Flash and Green Lantern back in the day. I'm cool with that. And of course, they didn't call me and ask my opinion on any of it, but don't have no beef against it. So he's a new guy, came from a different universe, and he carries his own self. He's not, I don't think, hiding in Peter Parker's shadow. You got people that are Peter Parker only, and then you got people that like Miles Morales, and so that's good. All right, let's see. We got Amazing Spider-Man 33. Looks like an Alex Ross cover. Okay. Then we got another Captain America Iron Man lenticular cover. All right. Then we got Fantastic Four number 4. I think this is the first. Okay, this is a second printing. So I've got a first printing of this, or did. I think I sold it. The first appearance of the Fantastics. And the only reason I remember that is because I had one to sell. That's them on the front cover. It's a different cover. The first one was, but the only reason remember it because it's the Fantastic Four versus the Fantastics and issue 4. So there's a lot of similar numbers. Warlord, what's going on, man? How are you doing? Just sitting there opening up some Walmart packs, seeing what kind of goodies we got. For me personally, I mean, I picked up that Venom 25, and I thought I hit pay dirt, and I was picking up Venom 11s, which those are probably pretty hot. I mean, you go on a YouTube auction nowadays, you're going to see Thor and Venom. I'm like, dude, anything else besides Thor and Venom? I got on the Thor train. This is Uncanny X-Men 12. This is second printing. I don't know if I need to keep those or not. Then we got Miss Marvel and Miss Marvel Generations. And they did one with Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel, or Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel. This generation stuff, Wolverine. Man, I didn't notice that. And it's only the backside, which is good because the first comic's the big one, had these Looks like it got dinged at some point right there. And so this was the one I was happy to pick up because I did have it and I sold it. But the Spider-Verse #1, this is the first appearance of one of those spider characters. If anybody knows which one I'm talking about, you can leave it in the chat. That is a color breaking crease right there. But this is a 9.4 or 9.6 all day long. So yeah, the thing about the Walmarts, when you find out that they put some new ones, you better go get them, go after them right then, because people. The people at Walmart are not worried about keeping up with them. So then we got Venom 11. Ooh, sweet. There we go. So then we got another amazing Spider-Man 789 lenticular cover. So, and then I got Darth Maul #5. This is the 40th anniversary covers. This is 23 of 48. And this is #5. That's all I know about it. Seems like, no, that might be, I think that's 2. Cool. Well, this is one I'll keep. So out of there, probably keep 2. I'll probably keep that Powers of X. I don't think I'll keep the Uncanny X-Men because they are different prints than what I have, but they're the same cover, just slightly different coloring. Probably just sell those like I sold the other one. Dibs on what? This? This is the one I want to keep. Magoo. I got a bunch of other ones that unfortunately I didn't find no new DC ones. Like I said earlier, the DC have the exact same thing in every single one. So what you see, you got the last time, and so the ones that were at this particular Walmart were ones I'd already picked up previously. So there wasn't anything in those that I remember needing to get. What's going on, Comic Mag Musings? But yeah, that was the only Star Wars one. I got that Venom 25. That's the bigger book. That Spider-Verse. So yeah, it was okay. I'll put the other ones that I don't want. I'll put them up for sale and go from there. So it's a real big deal. Kind of, you still get the thrill of the hunt, and you can turn around and sell them. Because it doesn't seem to me that all Walmarts carry them. I've only been to one Walmart that myself personally that did not have comics, and it might be that they just put them in the wrong place. Every other one's up there near the registers. That way they can buy the cards, Pokemon cards and that type of thing, so they can watch, make sure people aren't rummaging through there. Yeah, Darth Maul, Magoo, yes. It looks like it's Obi-Wan on the cover. It's probably Alderaan blowing up in the background there. But yeah, pretty. Like I said, only one I was even interested in. But yeah, that's the Walmart packs, and I didn't find any Strange Tales, although I did find the Spider-Verses. Those are older packs, so they'd been there a while. But did not find any Strange Tales. Strange. I sold all my Strange Tales #1 Walmart variants, and I had some that probably were 9.8s, and I'm just like, why didn't I think about that? So while I am already live, I'll show you some other stuff I got picked up. Picked this up today. Yeah, I picked up the Predator. The Predator. This is a Funko Insider Club. Picked that up at GameStop. So that was pretty cool. It's got the little electricity on him, like he's coming or coming visible. Yeah, that's it. So that was pretty cool. Picked up some more collector's cases from there at the GameStops. And also picked up Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider Ham, which is one of the harder to get anniversary covers. All the star covers, which would be Peter Porker, Ewoks, Care Bears, Heathcliff, Muppet Babies. These are harder to get because the kids would get the kid comic books, which is what Star was, and so therefore, they're harder to get, especially in high grade. Yo, what's going on? Rod the Rican up in the house. So, but yeah, so I picked this one up. So I only lack the Ewoks one now. So still relying upon the organic comic hunt, whether it's in person or whether it's online via Instagram, not the eBay, because I can go get it off eBay anytime I want to. That's no fun. All right, so then we got Uncanny X-Men, the Wizard Ace edition. So this is a acetate cover, and this is retelling of Giant Size X-Men #1, where of course this guy dies. One of the few characters that's actually remained dead in comics. And so picked that up from the same guy that had the Peter Porker, and was able to get a deal on that. Also picked up these two. Only needed one, but he had them in a pair, and that's Thor 339 and 338. Both are new stats, but the second and third appearance of Beta Ray Bill, or the third and fourth if you count the Marvel Age appearance there. But I already had this one. I did not have this one, which is the first appearance of Stormbreaker. Of course, Stormbreaker's been broke now. So we'll see this latest issue of Thor that just came out, Thor 7. I don't know if anybody is reading it, but Thor 7 that just came out. Beta said, hey, you want me to help you out with this, but I'm going to need a weapon. He said, well, I figured you'd say that. And so he takes him into the weapon room, and he has a sword. And there's some meaning behind the sword that somebody else in the chat could probably tell better than me. But so I don't know. I guess I thought for sure Thor would just go, hey, let's go rebuild Stormbreaker, Got this from Big Will a while back. He was doing an auction preview, and I said, go ahead and throw that in my box. And wasn't able to pick up anything else from him. He's been holding it, and he finally messaged me and said, hey, you gonna buy anything else? I said, well, we'll just go ahead and send it. So this is Giant Size X-Men #1, 9/8. Imagine that. No, seriously, it's a facsimile cover. So I pick up these homages and facsimile covers, especially of stuff that I collect, which I have one of these, which ironically enough is on its way to a presser right now to be pressed out, because when I bought it, and I sent him a video, and so he agreed with me that it didn't even look like it had been pressed or cleaned. And so I'm hoping to get a grade bump. The one I've got is a 3.5. And it is signed by Herb Trimpe, which is the guy that originally drew Wolverine. It's in a CGC, which means I'm going to not be able to send it back to CGC because I'm getting somebody outside of them to clean it and press it. But I will send it to CBCS, and they are using the yellow labels now, even when they didn't personally see it. So we will be able to get pick these up from AMKM, I think AKM, whatever his name is. I think they actually have a comic shop, and he sells on Metaphorical's channel. And he threw these up there for me. This is Transformers and the Terminator #3. Got the old classic scene from Terminator 2 on there. And then also this is cover B, which is pretty cool because if you see Megatron and Optimus Prime there built into the drawing. Haven't read that series, but it was in here. I actually got them for the Turtles books, and so, whatever. TMNT 107. That's the A cover. Then we got the B cover, which is the Eastman cover, and also an homage to TMNT number 2 from the original series. And then we've got 107. This is another variant cover of that. Not sure the artist. Look kind of cool. And then 108 cover A. So I'd already had the B cover, which is the Eastman one. So I found out that he had a comic shop and has a website. So I went to the website and found this Muppet Babies. Again, the anniversary cover, but one of the harder ones to get. And this one is super, super clean. And so picked that up from them. And since I'd already bought this off of an auction from him, he was able to slide that in there for me. I inquired about the last one that I would need, and that is the Ewoks, like I said earlier, but he did have Ewoks number 1. So I went ahead and picked that one up too. Just a really clean copy of this one as well. And I got from Jeff Silversmith, I picked up this off of, I think it was Strictly's auction. I want to say it was Strictly's auction. So Incredible Hulk 330. This is the first McFarlane art on Hulk. So 330, that's the significance of that book. And then we've got the one everybody recognizes, which is 340. So I just sold my 340 newsstand, by the way. Just sold it to a guy, and then ended up seeing that. I said, man, kind of had seller's remorse type deal. And so I saw this one, and this one actually has more spine ticks than I was really aware of. You can't really see them on the front cover, but you can see them on the side because that side is black. And so you can, well, I don't know if it really tries that, but you really see it better on the side. I had thought, man, this is a super clean copy. But having seen that, probably what I'll do is I'll just present it like this in a Mylar, because I'd like to one day, if we ever get back to some semblance of normalcy, I'd like to one day get this signed by Peter David. I had a copy of this, not the one I just sold, the one I had before that, which was a direct copy, but it was like a 5.0 copy, and I traded it out for somebody in the community who was doing my intro bumper that you only see, because I'm too lazy, you only see when I do a pre-recorded video. But if you've seen any of my pre-recorded videos, you've seen that bumper. And shout out to Weapon X, who did that for me. And he said, hey, just send me some comics. So I sent him that one signed by Peter David. So I'll get another one, this one signed by Peter David if I don't end up selling it, I guess. And like to maybe one day get Todd McFarlane's signature on it. That is one person whose I don't have signature. A lot of the other people that I like, I've picked up signatures either personally or through sales, and but his I do not have. I'm not too terribly worried about it because I'm not a huge McFarlane fan. People call him the Todd Father, and I'm not subtracting from his work at all, because the man has definitely made a name for himself in the business with Spawn, and certainly before with the Spider-Man run, both in Amazing Spider-Man and then the Spider-Man title that was released in the 90s. Probably aside from the Hulks, the Spider-Man title. Yeah, so Spider-Man, because I got a couple copies of Spider-Man 1, different ones, and then all the way up to like 14, which is where he stops, I believe, with the Morbius story, where because issue 13 is the one where Spider-Man again takes that pose that he made famous in Spider-Man number 1. He takes that pose again, but in the black costume. And then 14 is the follow-up story to that. And then Eric Larson picks up, just like what happened in ASM. He picks up with that Spider-Man title. And Todd went and done his thing, or was soon to do his thing. And then of course, Eric Larson followed suit and has his own deal with Savage Dragon. But aside from that, I don't really have a lot of Todd McFarlane art. It's just not my thing. I can appreciate it. no, nothing against it. It's just not a big fan of it. Well, guys, let's keep our fingers crossed because I have a CBCS box that is coming. Was supposed to be here today by 11 o'clock. Went down and did a bike ride and then a run down in Natchez, Mississippi earlier today. My wife was still here up until 11 o'clock when that box was supposed to be here. It didn't show up. We left notes, whatever, for them to leave it inside the door, so on and so forth. But you're supposed to have to sign for them. With COVID, though, a lot of them have not been doing that. So I've got a big CBCS box. I had several orders. So I'm not sure because I did it with the facilitator when I went to a Huntsville Comic Con a couple months ago. So I'm not sure whether it's the whole order or not, because I broke it up into two, the ones that were signature books and then everything else. So I'm not sure which one I'm getting back yet. So we'll see, but hopefully it will come today. It's still showing out for delivery. And so hopefully we will have that. And if I do, then I'm going to be doing another video later. But I do appreciate the people that have already come by and watched this with me live. And then those of you who catch this on the rewind, I appreciate you as well. But in either case, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already. I do want to continue to mention, even though I continue to procrastinate and releasing the details as to how you can enter to win a New Mutants 98 9.4 CGC slab as well as a Deadpool pop. But go ahead, share the channel so we can get the subscriber count up. So we'll be closer to hitting that 600 when I finally release it. And then that way you can go quickly do it, jump in on it. And that way maybe there's less people that actually jump in on it and you can successfully win that, be put on the rigged wheel, so to speak. So that's all I've got, folks. Hopefully everybody's getting a little time, a little break from this crazy world and reading some comic books and catching up on some books that you've been buying, and everything's going well. Stay safe out there, stay healthy, and until next time, keep reading and keep collecting. Adios.